friends, so I am going to be working out in the front yard trying to get some nice pretty things going on here. When we moved into our home, it was really overgrown. Nothing had been upkept, and we've got a lot of work on our hands. But I'm going to be tackling a few things here in the front yard. There's some things going on here in this section that I'll show you in a minute. And then over here by the well, I'm going to be planting some Easter lilies. And then over here, there are some hydrangea bushes that I'm going to be pruning and trimming, trying to get those pretty. And yeah, we've got a lot of work. It's not going to get done in one season. I'm just going to do a little bit at a time. So let's see what we got going. All right, so here we are at the well, and I found these Easter lilies on clearance at Walmart for $1.75, and I thought they will look pretty here on or around the well. So they are perennials, and they are supposed to do really well in this zone, which I believe is a zone 8B, I want to say. So we're going to plant them as perennials, and I will eventually add to it. I want this to look really pretty around the well. And then, as you can see, my hydrangea bushes are there. They desperately need pruning. So let's get to getting. Here's Midnight. She is our barn kitty that we rescued. So she lives outside. We have a nice home for her out here, and whenever we get our chickens and livestock and whatnot, she will be a fantastic barn kitty. She already, where did she go? She already catches chipmunks and lizards and squirrels, so she is so sweet. Okay, first I'm going to show you what I've got going on in our planters. These are planters I had at our other house. So I have some of these. I have some transplants in here, or some clippings in here, that I hope will sprout and grow. And I've got all of these. They did well from last season. So I want this to be a big, beautiful planter with all of these succulents. So we'll see how that goes. And then up here, I don't know what's going on with this one. These were also from last season. I can't even remember what these are called. And they're about to bloom. I'm so happy they came back. I think that might be a weed, but I'm not sure. I'm just letting it do its thing to see what happens. And the same with this. It might be a weed, it might not. You guys please tell me in the comments. And we've got some pretty little clovers growing in between that, which I love. And I planted these from where did I get these? Walmart. And they bloom so beautiful, but then the flowers died. So I think that's normal, but they're gonna come back. And then these were also so pretty. These flowers died, but then we have this pink one down here. So we'll see what happens with that. And then these purple hearts, that they're supposed to be easy to propagate. And yeah, they don't look so hot. And Midnight's very needy. Hi, sweet girl. So I'm hoping these do better than what they're doing. So yeah, we'll see. Then I planted these pretty things in this planter. What are these called? Celosia? Is that what it's called? Help me out. Celosia. Those are very pretty. I love how fluffy these flowers are. So cute. And then I have marigolds here, over here. It's doing better. This one's starting to come out. These didn't do very well back here. I can probably deadhead these and see what happens. Hopefully those marigolds will sprout and be beautiful. And then I have these, which, what are they called? I can't remember. Zinnias? Sounds right. Zinnias. And the soil that I got, you know, there's mushrooms here. So is that healthy? Should I dig all of those mushrooms out, or, you know, I have no idea. It might indicate healthy soil. So we'll just have to see. These are empty. I'm hoping to propagate some hydrangeas to put in these empty ones to try to see. And I have my dog who's going crazy over the kitty. And then I have these petunias, which I love. This petunia here was over here. So it came with the property. I dug it out and I put it in this planter. And then I bought the rest of these here to kind of give it some oomph. But you know, look, more mushrooms. So I don't know if that's good or bad. Okay, so next I'm going to take you on this walkway. I looked up because I noticed that on this walkway it had perfect little lines of these grassy purple bloom flowers. So I looked it up using Google Lens, and it told me they were a spiderwort and that they actually are perennials, and they could be wild and sometimes they're not. I guess it just depends on what they are. So I'm going to leave them. First I thought they were a weed and I mowed over it the first time, but then they started growing back and I'm like, maybe I should investigate, let them stay and see how big and beautiful they get. So that's going to be a mystery, and I'm kind of excited about it. So over here there were all kinds of weeds. I knocked most of them down. I don't know if these are weeds. I did look it up on Google Lens and I already can't remember what it is, but it looked like it might be a weed or something else native that blooms. So I don't know, there's just so many of them for me thinking, okay, this is not just a weed, somebody planted them here. I don't know, we'll see. If they turn out being an ugly weed, I'll knock it down with a weed eater, it's fine. And then this one over here looked interesting, and so I'm gonna let it do its thing and see what happens with it. So we'll see if it's beautiful, ugly, or weed. If it's ugly, I'll knock it down. But this is another spiderwort. So you see we have a whole row of spiderworts right here. Okay, here's my overgrown hydrangeas. I'm going to prune as much as I can today. I might need to make this a 2-day thing, but we'll just see how much pruning I can get done. But I also want to propagate some. I hear that it's easy. That is something completely different. I don't know what that is growing in between my hydrangea bush. We'll have to Google Lens that. But yeah, let's see how much of this, Lord have mercy, we can get done. 40. This is a lot of work. Y'all see my hair get caught up in that vine, which was a rose vine. Oh goodness. We're making waves, y'all. Making waves. All right, I think I'm done for the day. I've got all of the hydrangeas pruned and trimmed. I'm excited to see what color they're going to be. Here's one that's looking like it's doing really well. That's going to bloom, so that should be pretty. This rose bush right here doesn't look like it's doing anything, so it might be dead. But I'm just going to leave it, see if anything happens. And if it does not, we will dig it up. And we've got the lone survivor for this one. We've got this rose bush here that I'm going to eventually clean up and get all of this Virginia Reaper out of here. But my daughter pointed out this beautiful bush rose at the top. And it's so pretty, I didn't even see it. So I guess this is a rose vine and not a rose bush. Please let me know what you know about rose vines, because I have no idea. I have to do my research on how to take care of it. And we've got that one good. This one. And then we have this one over here mixed in with this invasive plant. I'll have to Google lens it again. I can't remember the name. We're gonna have to get all this invasive weeds and vines. And look at this thing. What is this? It's a large vine, and it has these little mini vines, which if you're a survival expert, that would be good cordage. But it's invading my little side yard here. So if you know anything about that, let me know, because Google Lens wasn't very helpful for that one. So yeah, I got my bushes pruned, trimmed. I've got some piles. So Midnight's made a hut here, and she climbed in there herself, and now my daughter's making it look pretty for her. So hey friends, so it's a new day, and we're gonna get some more yard work done. And today I'm gonna have the kids out to help me do some stuff. Well, I put my hair in a ponytail here. And I'm gonna have two help with the pile that I had clipped from the hydrangeas. And then I'm gonna have one help me trim the bonsai tree, because there's some of those vines, those weird ugly vines growing on that. So I am going to tackle that today. And then we bought some bulbs from Dollar Tree. I don't even remember what they are. I'll show you here in a second. But they are flowering bulbs that we are going to plant probably by those lilies. Let me look at my hair here for a second. Yeah, I think that'll work. So we're going to get started early in the morning before it gets too hot here in the deep south. So that's what's on the plan for today.
There we go. We want to come with this one. This one? Yeah.
going to give these two started with the brush over there. I got to go get the bags for them to put it in and get them started. And here, let's show the bulbs. We've got these that we got from Dollar Tree. They have these little bulbs here, and then we have these. So we're gonna put them over there by the well, but let's get them started. Alright, they're going to be doing that over there, and we are going to go over here by this bonsai tree and get that cleaned up and looking good. Alright, here's the bonsai tree, and this tree is what sold my daughter on this house. She's like, I want a bonsai tree, and she actually got an artificial bonsai tree for her birthday, which is so cute. But you see all of these vines that need to be, look at that one. Oh, that looks like murderous vines. But we're gonna try to get this all cleaned up, get all of those vines out. So let's go. Look at those murderous thorns. That's insane.
Look, sticking.
Murderous thorns. Alright, so hopefully these bulbs will bloom. These say they're going to bloom in the summer, and so do these. So I put it right in between my Easter lilies, and we'll see if Dollar Tree bulbs are any good. So let's get to watering. I need to buy a watering jug and a watering hose. Okay friends, that concludes today's video. I'm done for now. We're gonna go back inside because it's starting to get hot. But I am excited to take you guys along this journey of getting this property, this beautifully overgrown farmhouse, back to looking beautiful again. So one step at a time. It's gonna take more than a season. I already know it, but it's gonna be a lot of hard work, but it'll be worth it in the end, and all of that hard work is gonna pay off. But anyways, friend, that is concluding today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And while you're in the comment section, please leave a tulip in the comment so that way I know you watched this video from beginning to end. All right, friends, until next time, bye.